Well, children, are you ready for some cutting and kiki? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Queen with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Hey Queen, come on and spill the tea. Hey Queen, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Queen, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey Queen.
Hello, my baby boomboxes, and welcome to another fabulously fluorescent episode of Hey Qween with me, your host, Jonny McGovern. Ooh, today's show is gonna be cunt, my children. We have the queen of the night and a member of the legendary Haus of Aviance with us. She gives us pumps for days, yes. The hostess with the mostest and the mistress of all that club fierceness and my sisty bestie, Miss ERICKATOURE AVIANCE is here. Not just as a guest band leader, honey, she is the guest today, and I am gagging.
Yes.
Now, before we have her stomp them stilettos out here, she ain't wearing no stilettos. Let me allow me to introduce you to my co-host. If you close your eyes real tight and click your heels together 3 times, she will appear. You can describe her in 3 syllables: flawless. I'm talking about her royal huntiness, Miss Lady Red Couture. Oh my goodness, hey Queen. Honey.
I mean, I like to have a theme, you know. So when you
Yes.
say club, kid, I say glue something to your face.
I thought you were in the dressing room. I said, well, she looks nice.
Right.
And then you came in, and everyone was like, ooh, girl. And I was like, I mean, it's good, but it's
Right,
not
it's
that.
not
Then
bad.
I realized you had all this shit glued to your face.
Oh my goodness, yes, this is not a day to sweat too much, you know?
No, it isn't, honey, because the chains will be a drop-in.
I mean, but where else am I going to put all this jewelry?
I mean, what? I mean, it's
You
an
know.
avant-garde type of day.
Very well, you know.
We have Miss ERICKATOURE, who gives you looks from outer
Girl.
space, honey.
I was trying, but you know, I can't do all of that. Girl, she does all of
I
it.
mean, she's from another universe. She's a cream puff from Mars. She's a Barbie doll from Venus.
A toasted marshmallow from the back of the bag. Those are usually the best.
I thought you were going to say, she's a toasted marshmallow from Uranus.
Oh.
Well, I love this avant-garde look. And I will say, Jesus, please don't let this bitch sweat too much during the show. Because otherwise the chains will be a drop-in.
Chains is going to be all funny. It's going to be like slavery all over again. Abolish.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, my God. It's so fun that we have ERICKATOURE not
Finally.
only here just to help us out, but to really sit it down, talk it out.
yes.
Ericka and I have a very long history, honey. So
Yes.
we have a lot of delightful stories
Yes.
to tell. And she's coming out with a new video and EP for her song, Over.
Oh.
And we will be premiering that today. Yeah! Ooh, honey, very exciting.
Yes.
You know what else is exciting?
What is?
Though our little baby bird is on tour in Europe, we do have a very special, cute, adorable guest band leader today.
Aw.
I'm talking about Griffin the Griffin and the Go to Bed Wings.
What's up, y'all? How's it going? Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hey, Queen.
Griffin. This is the time in which you sing. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
I
hey,
thought I was gonna have
Queen.
a backup track.
All right.
I'll bring it in. Hold on. Hey, hey, Queen. Hey, Queen.
All right, Griffin. Oh, Griffin.
Thank you.
Oh, Griffin, you're such a cutie. Thank you for coming in to be with us today.
Welcome, Jonny. And despite the restraining order against you, it was my pleasure to be here.
Don't try to throw shade to me, you little Griffin. I'll get you, kid. Red.
I love you, baby.
You can see Griffin in our new series starring our lovely Mr. Adam Joseph, me and Lady Red, plus Griffin and a bunch of his other puppet friends in our new Hey Qween show, Queen's English, available now on Hey Qween TV. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got to get this show started, honey. We got years of stories, looks, gagging scenes, runway school, club life. Miss ERICKATOURE Aviance is here today, and she's spilling all the tea. So she'll be right here, right after this very gay break. Hit it, Griffin!
Ericka! Who do you think you are, Ericka? You're a super drag star.
Yeah!
Hey Queen, Queen's English.
Work boots back and down.
Queen's English.
Learn it and learn it well.
Queen's English.
We're spilling all the tea. It's the Queen.
Queen's English. Queen.
Act out your audition for the cheerleading team.
Ready? Okay. Give me a drag.
Hey Queen.
Our guest today is one of my best friends in the entire world. She is a bitch who can pull a look like no other, and her look has evolved over the years so much. She can dance, she can sing, she can craft, she can sew, she can serve, she can gag, she does it all, honey. One of my favorite people in the entire world, Miss ERICKATOURE Aviance.
Okay.
All right, thank you. ERICKATOURE Aviance, everybody.
That was really, really close.
Ericka, Griffin the Griffin is giving you a very ERICKATOURE Aviance style
I know, it was super,
introduction.
It was like super catchy, super simple, everything that I aspire to be in my own musings and music workings.
Yes, it is. And Griffin gave you almost like a remix. Do that again, Griffin.
All right, here it comes. That's it.
All right. Can we give it up for this fucking look, everyone?
Thank
honey, now
I'm so excited.
you
This
should
is
be.
so
You're
nice.
here. You're not just here as a band leaderess.
This is so
or
fab.
as someone who helps me do my makeup. I never wear makeup. And
ever.
you're here as our honored guest, Lady Red. Look who it is. And all those popsicle sticks that you ate for the summer, she found a use for them.
That's that old game pickup sticks. She just got smart and glued it all to her head.
Well, Ericka, it wouldn't be a you and me type of interaction if I didn't ask you one question to start.
Okay, what? I think I know what it is.
Why do you look so weird?
Scroll down.
Honey, I love this look. And
Thank you. I've been rocking a blazer ball gown for a second. I like a blazer ball gown.
Honestly, I just noticed the blazer part. I think all of your other conflama
Distracted you from what it
me from
actually
realizing
was.
that it was actually a blazer.
Yeah, blazer ball gown. It's all the rage.
It's all the rage for all the children.
Yeah, all the children have seen her.
Ikabanina Kranina. All the children have seen
Is
her.
this just going to be a series of inside jokes that nobody gets?
Well, explain them. Ericka has been my friend for so many. How many years, Ericka?
We met in 2001?
2001. Oh
Yeah.
my God. 16 years.
Aww.
How am I still the exact same age as when we met? And you are old.
So much older. So much older. And you look exactly the same.
But
Plus a beard.
hairier.
Plus a
Way
beard.
hairier.
And I look very, very different.
You look very different because your look has truly evolved.
I mean, she's gone around the world and back again. Really.
Around the world to back again. You finished the Earth tour. You got on a spaceship. You went to Mars. You teleported from Mars to another dimension. You teleported back. You came back to Earth, and now you're serving it other dimension style, honey. Look at that. Look at that. Well, one of the main reasons that you're here is that you have a new EP and a brand new video coming out.
Yes, I do. The song is called Over. And it's something that we've been cooking for a while. There's been a few different versions.
Yes, there's been multiple versions.
There's been more than a few different versions. But you know, like when you have a love project going, you need it takes its own time. Time marches on, never ending.
Yes, it does.
Time keeps its own time.
And you're working with Adam Joseph.
I'm working with Adam Joseph, and we've got it to a place where we are very happy with it. There's a video. Where it's going to be released on Aviance Records, which is also a boon for them. It's a new venture for Mother One Aviance, so I'm happy to support her in that. So it's just very exciting, and the video concept, everything that's coming together super nicely, and I'm really, really excited about it, and I'm excited to premiere it here.
Yes, today you will be getting a sneak peek at the video for Ova, and then the video can be found and will live here on Hey Qween TV. So you are a little swirly child.
Yeah, mixed race baby in a little town called Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was.
So you were a dot of color and a lily white.
But I was from a mixed race family. So I went probably 7 or 8 years without the concept of color even registering in my mind.
Right.
I didn't know what it was because my entire family was mixed race. My father was black, my mother was white, and all of the children were something in between. And there was never, I mean, New England, maybe they're just very, you mind your business and we'll mind ours. That's a very New England mentality.
Like, take your swirly child over there and get her an ice cream cone.
There probably was that going on, but I never felt it because it's like, we're going to talk about you behind your back where we're supposed to talk about you, not to your face. So, I had no idea that I was even black or what that even was.
Or what the concept, because you're in New Hampshire where nobody talked about shit.
Nobody talked about anything, and everybody else was white, and I knew that we were different, but I didn't know what that meant in the grander scheme of like the world until much later, until I was like probably 8.
Right.
And then I got to school, and they're like, "You black or you white?" Because then I had other black friends from the other side of town, because we lived on the white side, and there was like, I mean, there wasn't really a black side, but there was a poor side. And like our house was just past the poor side, so I met all the other kids, and they were like, "Are you black? Are you white?" So I had to choose. And I don't know. I mean, you don't know me well. Yeah, you do. I don't like it when people tell me what to do. So
you're right. Obviously, beauty conventions mean nothing to you, honey.
Like at all. So I refused. I was like, my mother's black, my mom's white. I am both. And that's kind of where I stood on the entire thing.
And that's how you began your journey, where you didn't
began my journey.
Ain't nobody tell you nothing.
Ain't nobody tell me nothing.
So now, what was you're in a small town. Were you there until you graduated high school?
I was there until I graduated high school.
So now, were you out as a teenager?
I was out as a teenager.
Because you were so gay that there was no way to hide, or you just were sucking dicks in the snowbanks?
I was pretty freaking gay. Before the gay thing, I even identified it and wanted to express it, I knew that I wanted to be different. So before that even happened, I started, I remember this is a very formative incident. One of my best friends at the time took a trip to New York and came back looking crazy. Purple hair. She had Liquid Sky t-shirt. Do you remember Liquid Sky? She had with the aliens that it says like I Love New York, but instead it's a little alien. Aliens Love New York. Okay. She had one of those t-shirts, which I stole and still have, by the way.
Yeah.
And she came back and I was like, this is amazing. Let's do this. So we started swapping clothes. I would go to school, wear her change into her clothes. So that's where that whole thing started. And then my family was a very not talk about things type of family. So and this was this a plus corner because the 70s had come back around in the 90s. And all of my brothers grew up in the 70s. So, and with giant afros, huge lapels, platform shoes, and giant bell bottoms. So when I started dressing like that, my dad was like, "Oh, I guess it's just in fashion again. So there was never even a conversation. Never a conversation. But I was out at school because, and I also started going to a meeting called Seacoast Outright, which was like a gay meeting for teenagers. And it was on Friday nights, and it was downtown. So you could get dropped off by your parents, be like, I'll see you in 2 hours. You go be gay, and then come back, and like, nothing ever happened. So I was out at a very young age.
So were you starting to, you were doing a lot of dance, theater?
Dance, theater. I started out doing theater, and then the choreographer, one of the shows that I was in, was like, you should definitely take dance classes.
Right.
So I did, but I didn't start dancing until later. I mean, like, probably like 14, 15, which is late for a dancer.
Because then you're over by the time you're 14, honey.
I mean, it's like, it's done for. It's done for you. But like, if for a boy, you can get away with it.
Right.
If you're a girl, it's done. You shouldn't even bother.
So you're dancing through school.
I'm dancing through school. I'm going to dance classes, like, pretty much every night. Like, I would go to school until, what time, 2:30? And then dance classes started at 3:30 and went till 10 p.m.
Oh, damn.
So they were like, you better catch up. It's time for you to do this. So I started, dancing was what I did, and that's how I got to New York. That's how I got into college.
Right.
And that's how I got to New York City. I got scholarship to NYU for dance. And I moved to New York City and proceeded to go
go to any classes at all.
No. I went to all those
you went to every class.
I just didn't sleep.
Right.
I just didn't sleep for three years at least. 3-4 years.
Right, because New York City is where it all began. So your freshman Eric Bounds.
Yes.
You've got a tuft of lovely curls.
Hear that name without it coming out of my mother's mouth? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It's a little weird. Okay.
So, Eric Bounds, Mr. Bounds, please, Mr. Bounds, this is not appropriate for a corporate office. So now this is one of the most fascinating things because I met you when you were finishing NYU, right? But you had spent, like, you're in dance school in NYU, and then you discover nightlife in New York City.
It was a fully conscious choice. I'd watched all the Club Kids on Maury Povich and all the other shows, and as soon as I got there, I was like, where is it? I know it's still around. I had heard of the whole Michael Alec thing had happened a few years before, but I knew that it was still there. Like, I knew it was still there. And I was like, let me find this. And the most legendary club at the time was the Tunnel. So the second freaking day that I was in New York City, I got there on a Friday, I went to Tunnel on a Saturday.
Wow.
And I stood in that line for 3.5 hours. And I mean, girl, it was just like the gates of Neverland opened.
Yeah. So you come to the clubs, you start to go out, you're still in school. When do you truly get sucked into the House of Aviance and start working in the clubs?
So, there was other people that were in the school, NYU.
Right.
There was Xander, DJ Nita, Aviance was also in NYU, and Coco Aviance.
Yes.
They were all in NYU. So I met them, I saw them around NYU, and then saw them out as I was continuing to go out. And I got up the nerve to talk to them each, and if you know it, a few of them are a little bit prickly. So it took a lot of nerve to be able to like talk to
They're the type of people who throw plenty of... We love them, though.
I think, well, Coco was the one that I initially talked to because she's definitely the friendliest, definitely the friendliest. So, and I was like, I saw you at the club, that was amazing, and then we slowly became friends, and the way that you did it then, you just had to throw yourself into it.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw that, I knew that I didn't want to wait for fucking 4 hours on a line. I knew that. And the people that were running to the front, the only people that did not have to wait in that line had some sort of look on. It wasn't about riches and like, there were a few limousines pulling up, but it wasn't really about that.
No, it was about
bitches were getting out of cabs in looks that they had made themselves and just running right in. So I was like, I want to do that.
So you started to go out. You're in school. You must be on tons of drugs because you can't do school and club life at the same time.
You really can't. I mean, it's just like, and unfortunately, like uppers and dance go hand in hand.
Oh my God.
Well, because every time I would come to school on uppers still from the night before, my teachers would be like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Oh my
and
God.
I was like, no problem.
All right.
I
never stop dancing.
I got you, boo. Like, I got you, boo. I could do this for you. No problem.
Now, when do you get into House of Aviance?
House of Aviance.
Or when do you begin trying?
Well, going to, when I started going to Twilo. After Tunnel was the first place that I went, and I went there pretty much exclusively for maybe a year. And then I met everybody that was in NYU, and they were up in the Twilo scene.
Right.
And Twilo probably was the most legendary of legendaries.
It was a super club. DJ Junior Vasquez would spin. Kevin Aviance would perform. And the club opened at like 4 a.m. So, and it would go till 4 p.m. Honey, it was legendary.
It was, I mean, you could spend the entire weekend there.
And now, one of the greatest memories that you've shared with me about Twilo is when you were a girl in the House of Aviance, they would torture you with something called...
Runway School.
Runway School.
Runway School, bitch. The VIP at Twilo, the girls would get snatched up. It doesn't matter what kind of state you were in, bitch. You better pull yourself together. And you were escorted upstairs. And Kevin Aviance would sit on a banquette in the middle of the room, and you'd have to walk laps around him.
Serving, runway, fierceness, Naomi, Linda, Christy, etc.
Serving Naomi Fierceness for as long as he deemed fit. But bitch, I could walk circles around most girls, so.
Well, I mean, the training for runway school did work, honey.
Yeah.
Because you can serve a motherfucking runway,
I
honey.
mean, I got a couple skills, and walking is definitely one of them.
You became one of the fishiest looking queens. You looked like Lionel from Thundercats, Lady Red, like his sister. She had long, natural, red hair.
Like down to here.
And
I had acrylics for day. Like
acrylics?
Longer than these ones. Like daytime.
Yeah.
And I lived uptown.
Right.
So I could go to the salon and get like a roller set, press out, eyebrow wax, and a polish change for like $35. So I did it.
So let's take a look just at you in that period. Oh, look at her. So soft and feminine. This is what I like to call your I'm not paying for a taxi cab era.
Girl, I mean, I definitely hit a sweet spot with it when we were working together a lot.
Right.
Because you were paying me and I could afford to.
Right, you're right. Because I was throwing big parties at the time in New York, really big. I had unlimited budgets at that time. And of course, I fell in love with Ericka. I thought she was so amazing and started to hire you everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere.
Do everything with you.
Yeah, and do everything with you. We toured like the country.
Yeah, at the beginning, Lady Red, Ericka, I think like right as I was throwing my first big parties, I'd met Ericka, we started hanging out, and she's like, I think I'm moving to LA to become a yoga teacher. And I was like, there's no way you're moving to LA to teach yoga. I'm about to write you a hit single and make you a star. And then that's when we started to really push you as ERICKATOURE, the drag queen, diva.
As opposed to like, because before then I was working all the time, but in big clubs.
Yeah.
And when they stopped, and they paid really well, but when they stopped, it kind of, that's when I was like, well, maybe I just don't know. I didn't know what to do with myself.
The
anymore.
end of that era, the era that where you were graduating high school, college, was around what, 2003? That was the big clubs were dying, and then there was a new thing coming up. But that was where the parties that I was throwing.
The parties where you were throwing. So it was a smaller vibe, but it was a world that I didn't know about. And I wasn't a part of it. So the big club world that I had known had disappeared, like quite literally overnight. Like they all of them, everything closed. Exit closed, Tunnel, Twilo, Sound Factory, China Club, Cheetah, everything closed down.
And you had to reinvent.
Had to reinvent. And luckily we had become friends.
Yep.
And you were doing your amazing comedy shows.
Right, I was doing comedy and
yeah.
I had just busted out as gay pimp, and
Yeah.
the music video had taken over the internet, and even I didn't even have email at that time. Yup. I was like, oh, all right. I was like throwing parties in New York, not even knowing it was on TV around the world and all the rest of that stuff. But there was plenty of money coming in.
Of course.
And we were throwing parties, and we started doing, there was a club called Spirit, which gave me an outrageous amount of money to do a show every week. Then I decided instead of keeping the money, that we would do a Star Factory style thing where me and Adam Joseph would take our favorite queen, write her a song, get her an outfit made, choreograph a number, and put the number up and pay her.
Yeah.
And you were one of the first.
I was one of the first ones, I think.
Our first project, Lady Red, was a drag queen rap group called La Lady. Because a mannish lady is a lady, and a ladyish man is a La Lady. So it was ERICKATOURE, Coco Aviance, DJ Nita, and
Linda James.
Linda James. Oh my God, how could I forget? And they sang a song called "This Is New York City, Bitch."
You can't fuck with us.
And that was we were also doing the podcast at that time.
We were also doing the podcast at that time.
And so you were kind of evolving your character
Through
because
all
you
of
were
that.
this soft, feminine woman. And then we started making fun of you a lot in a loving way. And so this character of ERICKATOURE started to come out.
I can be a little bit of a space cadet sometimes.
But in the best, most beautiful way.
And sometimes my voice trails off a little bit if I go into a thought process that isn't exactly like here with everyone. So it's kind of like I'm talking and then all of a sudden. And you guys like picked on it immediately because that's what we do.
I think one of the earliest episodes of it was called Gay Pimp with Jonny McGovern at that time, gayest of all time now. We did, the second or third episode was called How to Fuck a Straight Guy. And it was an interview with Ericka all about her taxi cab conquests.
Hijinks. Yes.
It's still available on iTunes if you want to get into that. But yeah, we started having you, I sort of put you out there as one of my stars.
Ingenues.
Yeah, and we did, here's a little clip from Ericka performing a number we wrote her called Showgirl. Ooh, yes, bitch, that body.
I mean,
those lifts, honey.
That was a show. One of those boys was your...
that was my boyfriend at the time, yeah.
I mean, could you imagine? Like, the club gave you so much money.
Yeah.
And just to, like, turn around and just make songs for, the queens.
Actually, Lady Red, that whole process where I was like, you're great. What's your thing? Let's make you a song. That is how Peppermint, who just recently performed the song we wrote her that long ago, 10 years ago, Serving It Up, we did that with her, and she had never even thought about performing songs or doing any of that.
She was also a musical theater queen. Yeah,
so, we took all these kids and started to just put them out there as nightlife stars, and we had so much fun.
And, enough fun for maybe, 50, 60 people.
Totally,
We had more than our allotment of fun.
Yeah.
For damn sure.
And if you want to hear all of the details, it's available on the Gayest of All Time podcast. We go into every detail. Eventually, you went on tour with me.
Yeah, we went on tour.
We formed a group called Team Pimp.
Team Pimp with Adam Joseph.
Adam Joseph, Linda James, the dearly departed Maxine Ennis, my best friend, and you. Yeah. Because I had been on tour and I was like, I don't want to tour alone anymore. And so we made a super group.
We did, and we terrorized the entire country and the world.
Yes, we did.
Those are some of the best times I think of my life.
They were amazing.
They were so good. We had so much fun, and we're just down to have fun.
Yeah.
Always.
And performing, just singing,
and performing our own material. Who gets to do that?
You were rapping the latest raps in the world.
And performing especially at that time. I mean, you were definitely revolutionary. A queer group singing their own.
There was nothing like that going on.
Especially singing their own material.
Yeah.
It was not being done, and to be a part of it, fantastic.
Legendary darling. Now, you, of course, you worked with me, blah, blah, blah. That was amazing. It's been so incredible. I continue. We eventually did another song together, My Pumps.
My Pumps.
And then that was sort of, your look started to evolve at that point. So you were giving us a very soft, feminine look.
Well,
and then...
around that time is when I went one half Nelson.
Right.
Rolling around on the floor at a club. And we became fast friends and infinite sisters and
muses for each other.
Muses for each other. Mentor. He was definitely my mentor as far as like going outside of the box.
Yeah.
Drag wise. And then so he made the looks for that video. And that was definitely, I'd sort of dabbled in it a little bit before then, but I knew that if I made a video, I wanted it to be something phenomenal. And I was enamored with the way that he dressed himself. So I was like, we were like newly besties at that point. I was like, will you make all this stuff? And he was like, of course. I'd love to make you into something to my own thing.
Right, my own beautiful Barbie.
I'd love to
Because you took this soft feminine look that you were doing and then you were building on top of it. So it was like bigger hair, bigger shoulders, crazier shoes, crazier makeup.
It was, and I mean, it's beautiful.
And you made an incredible album with Adam Joseph.
Yeah, called
Work, Ericka. Was there a story behind that?
There was.
What was the story?
It's on a recording of a live set.
Yeah.
I think that Gant did, or Nita at Mr. Black. And there's some.
Oh right,
and
you were
they're
probably
introducing
on the floor.
ERICKATOURE, like ERICKATOURE, work Ericka. I think it was Paul Alexander that said it.
Right, the legendary bitch track vocalist.
Yeah. It was just on a live set. And everybody like heard it and thought it was a huge kiki.
Amazing.
And I was like, oh, that's a great title for like, for a little album.
For an album. Yeah, so you have the video for My Pumps. If you've never seen My Pumps, go check it out now. It's incredible.
Super good.
All the songs in it that you did with Adam are really amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. It was like a really productive, creative time.
Yeah, you were really just becoming your own, and your drag started to change even more.
Even more.
And so you have now moved to LA.
Yeah.
You are here for me to play with this, I wish. It's such a beautiful dream.
It's wonderful. I really
And you've actually gotten into a new section of your career. You're managing events. You're doing, you and Nelson started a company called The Other Half, and you are his head bitch in charge.
Yeah.
And you guys are creating events all around the country.
Yeah. We're doing
amazing,
event design,
gorgeous, to die for events.
Yeah, it's really working out super. I mean, I couldn't even. We're so busy right now. It's almost. It's kind
of. You didn't even have time to be the band leader this season on Hey Qween.
I didn't even have time to be the band leader. I'm in and out of town. It's really we're the company is called The Other Half. You can check us out at theotherhalfla.com. And for event design, event production, floral design. And anything that has to do with events, we are and have been doing.
Well, Nelson has also helped creative direct the video for Ova.
For Ova.
And you guys both created all the looks.
Yeah, I did a lot of the crafting, but the whole overarching vision is definitely Hall.
Amazing. Well, Lady Red, are you ready to see this video?
I'm excited!
Yes! Griffin, are you ready?
I'm ready! I've never been so ready for anything in my life!
All right, well, here we go. Ericka, do you want to introduce your own video?
Sure.
It's the world premiere. Don't forget to say that. Look at your camera.
Welcome to the world premiere of Ova by ERICKATOURE Aviance.
Yes! Hit it!
Nobody's bitch and I don't take nobody's shit. There's one queen in my castle and honey, you ain't it. Ain't trying to hear your point of view. How very dead the face on you. Keep talking till you're turning blue, just wasting all your time. Sweetie, 'cause the writing's on the wall. Lose my number, don't you ever go. I'm over you, I'm long gone. Watch me while I carry on. Now you're all up in my business and you're all up in my space. All up in my party, boy, just get up out my face. Not trying to hear I love you, boo. Don't care what you're going through. Keep talking till you're turning blue. Stop wasting all my time. Read it 'cause the writing's on the wall. Use my number, don't you ever go. Know you love to watch me walk away. Here's your last chance, I ain't gonna stay. I'm over, I'm over, I'm over, I'm over, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over, I'm over, I'm over, I'm over, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over you, I'm long gone. Watch me while I carry on. I'm over you, I'm long gone. Watch me while I carry on. You can try all the other fish in the sea, but you will not get over me. You can try all the other fish in the sea, but you will not get over me. You can try all the other fish in the sea, but you will not get over me. You can try all the other fish in the sea, but you will not get over me. I'm over, I'm over, I'm over, I'm over, I'm over it. I'm over, I'm over, I'm over, I'm over, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over you, I'm long gone. Watch me while I carry on. I'm over you, I'm long gone. Watch me while I carry on. Hey Queen!
Wow! Incredible! Oh, so good. Song is available on iTunes,
Yeah, on
and if you want to
on
rewatch
all everything.
that video, it's here on Hey Qween TV on its own.
Woo.
Ericka, I love you, sweetie.
I love you so much.
You're one of the greatest people I've ever met. You're
you
so
too.
beautiful, so incredible, so talented.
Thank you.
And honey, I've been meaning to give this to you for years. You snatched the trophy, honey! And you know what's coming next? You also won yourself a lap dance! Oh my God. Producer Walter's really giving it to you. Really good. Oh wow. Oh my God. You're taking her mom, don't think so. Jesus Christ, Walter. Oh my, you're out of practice for a physical lap dance. Is what's going on. Oh my God. Oh my God. check it out. We'll see you next time on Hey Qween. Bye, baby.
Hey Qween.
Today's episode is dedicated to the memory of my best friend, Maxine Ennis, who passed away last year. She spent so many wonderful years in New York with me and Ericka that I thought that today's episode would be fitting to dedicate to her. We love you, Maxine.